Hey, good afternoon. This is a repair attempt for Mr. Kim Nguyen. It's a beautiful day here in Georgia. We're going to identify a wind damaged shingle here. State Farm has requested us to repair this roof, and it's in really poor condition. We chose this spot here for the repair attempt because the damage on the back and in some places in the front, the decking is in such bad shape that it is a non-nailable surface. You can't even stand on it. So I want to show you guys the tools that I'll be using. The first is a precision nail puller, and it's to grab those nail heads from the top without having to go up under multiple courses. A State Farm approved roof tool, which is a roof snake, and this is to break seals and install nails as to limit any kind of lifting of the shingles. A regular hammer and some nails. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and break the seals on the shingles directly above where the wind damage is. As you know, there's 3 tabs and a 3-tab shingle, and so we go 1, 2, 3. Our area of repair is going to consist of 2 courses up, since there's 2 courses of nails in each shingle holding it into place. And so I just kind of outlined my area of repair right here so you guys can see these shingles and keep in mind which ones we have. Sometimes it's easy to lose track of which shingles are having to be moved around. I'm just going to go ahead and break all the seals. All right. So we got all of our shingles that we're going to be pulling nails out of. We got them all loose. Let's go ahead and get an overview of the area that we're working with right here, so you guys can see the condition of these shingles before we start pulling any nails out or anything. All right. So the first shingle I'm going to be pulling nails out of is this one right here, and I'm going to lift just slightly enough to identify my nail. Give this a couple taps, and you guys can see this repair process happen in live time. All right, and we just want to grab the tip of that nail just like this. We're going to give the shingle a couple of brief taps, and if you can see, especially up here in this corner right here, you can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked, it's broken, and it's kind of, it's hard to see, but up under here, you can see where this fiberglass matting is cracked. It's broken all the way across the shingle. Yep. On to the next. Lift just slightly, identify where the nail's at, and taps to be able to grab that nail head. So, pretty poor as this nail's sunk in pretty deep. I just want to be able to grab the tip of it to work it out. They're sunk in so deep that if I try to go up under these courses, they're just going to pull through. And so I'm going to pull that nail out right there. We want to check the condition of the shingle, this one right here. After we pulled the nail out, you can see pretty clearly up along the top uppermost portion of the shingle where that fiberglass matting is cracked. It's broken as well. All right, go on to the next one. Lift just slightly. So you guys can see this repair process happening as it goes. Pull that nail out, and then let's get a close-up of the condition of this shingle right here. As you guys can see, the fiberglass matting pretty clearly along this entire uppermost portion of the shingle right here. You can see where, yep, so that's actually where the shingle's broken now. Let's go on to the next one. Let's get a good before that. Right here. I'll lift just slightly. You have to identify the nail. Just want to clip this nail out. Notice it's not cranking back on the shingles. Not going back super far. Let's get a close-up of the condition of the shingle right here. Yep, so you guys can see all the way along the uppermost portion of the shingle right here. You can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked, it's broken. All right. Next one, we're gonna lift just slightly, enough to identify the nail. You can see with each hammer blow, these shingles are just getting worse and worse and worse. I'm just trying to be as careful as I can. I'm gonna pull that nail out right there. Then you guys can see throughout this entire horizontal width of this shingle and moving up into this top uppermost portion up in here, you can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked, it's broken. On to the next. Let's get a good before of it. I'm gonna lift just slightly. Let's be able to get these teeth up under here. Work the shingle nail out. Yep. And let's get a close-up of the condition of this shingle right here. So you guys can see this process happening in live time, more so on this side right here. And you can see where that fiberglass matting is cracked, it's broken. It's not as bad as some of the other ones, but it's still apparent. On to the next. Lift just slightly. This one's got 2 nails in it. Pop one up. Get it up out of there. And then for the second one. Yep. So you guys can see this repair process happening as it goes in live time. This one actually pulled through. Let's go ahead and see if we can get an angle on it here. Yep. Alright. We got that last nail out. Let's get a condition check of this shingle right here. You can see all the way up in the top or upmost portion of that shingle where it's broken. And it's from brittleness. We're going to go ahead and just pull this out. I'm going to clean my area up. You can see the wind damaged shingle was here in this section right here. Let's do a visual underlayment inspection right here. We're just trying to lift up as carefully as possible. I can feel the moisture on my fingers. Let's see if we can get that camera up close right there. You can see where that underlayment right here is actually damaged. You can see where if you just touch it, it kind of rubs away like the eraser of a pencil. And that's from wind-driven rain. Let's go ahead and put our new shingle in. Make sure our reveal is correct. Kind of wonky. Some of the shingles around it. And in this section, I'm just going to be putting nails back in everywhere I found them. So where I pulled one out, I'll put one back in. And notice with each hammer blow on these shingles, how they just degrade more and more. Not just the shingles themselves, but the ones around it. Work my way down the line right here. Hammer it flush. Everywhere I pulled one out, I'm putting one back in. Hammer it flush. and this last one had 2 in it. As we hammer that last nail home, we want to get an overview of all these shingles after the repair is done. And we notice that there's substantial damage on 7 of these shingles. So 7 out of 7 shingles are damaged that we had to pull nails out of. You guys saw this process happen in live time. This repair attempt has failed. We can't warranty any work like this. It leaves the roof in a worse condition. It's almost better to not try to repair than to replace one to get 7 more damaged. If I was doing this repair for a homeowner, I'd have to keep going down to the ground to get another shingle here, another shingle here, another shingle here, so on and so forth until I go all the way up the roof. As a roofing company, we can't warranty any repair like this. It's going to leak. It's going to cause issues. We would ask that State Farm wouldn't ask us to do a repair like this either.